Yeah. Yeah. So much better. Hey, Matty. Okay, I mean, obviously this was a decent shot, but you said the following day the wedges were not great. We can see this one just a little bit shallow, a little bit flat again. Tiny bit on the backswing. Change of direction is awesome. So this leg work we're doing is really working nicely. But okay, from here we want to continue rotating and let the hands keep pulling down so the club kicks out and around rather than dropping it a little bit inside and underneath there. Okay, so we keep working that left hip and maybe work the left shoulder a little bit down and out, and then that should kick the club a little bit out and above the plane here. And that's where the consistency will come back with those wedges. Okay. Okay, so obviously the plane on the backswing makes a huge difference so that we can drop it earlier. If we can drop it earlier, then we can square the club through impact rather than still trying to drop it on the downswing. Okay, so watch this backswing here. Okay, much better. Parallel above, pretty much the highest, so we say, steepest that we've had it, which means it sets on plane. So as soon as you shift weight, it drops. So it's dropped nice and early. And now you just fire that hip to kick the club out instead of continuously dropping it underneath. Okay, look at that leg work there. Just absolutely perfect, mate. Well done. Okay, yeah, I mean, I must admit you didn't do this a lot. But obviously this one I was filming and did come up way short. So it's just again about getting the lines right. So we're starting to get the putter lying flat and obviously addressing the middle of the golf ball, so that's great. That is improving our alignment and our start line. Okay, and this particular one, maybe a fraction inside, but I don't mind that. Okay, what I do mind is just a little bit of a toe strike. Okay, so that's where we lost the energy of the ball and kind of left it a little bit short. Okay, there's maybe a feeling like you're gonna miss it left, and then you just kind of open the face and hit it slightly out the toe. Happened a couple of times on the shorter ones, but generally speaking, it was better. But it definitely happened on this one. So we just got to keep working on that. I love that release. So we just got to trust those lines and hit the ball out the middle of the face. Hey, Matty. Okay, obviously, a brilliant round of golf. Well played. We're very, very happy. I mean, obviously, I'm not that happy losing, but, you know, got to deal with these things. No, obviously, I'm very, very happy. Exceptional round of golf. So, from what we'd spoken about the week before, you did maintain an emotional state that was consistent throughout the entire round, and then your tempo of your golf swing and your decision making didn't change, and obviously that held up over the full round, and especially there like on 13 where I thought maybe you made a poor swing and then kind of a little bit unlucky, and then a little bit of a distraction there on the third shot, and that was the one where things could have unraveled and spiraled and you didn't. Especially with 14 to come, you can kind of try and hit a big tee shot and take out some frustration, and you didn't. Your routine stayed the same, your body language stayed the same, your speech patterns stayed the same, and your swing tempo and decision making stayed the same. So, mate, I think that's something we really have to incorporate. The proof was in the pudding there. So we've got to just be on top of that and try and maintain it under tournament conditions for longer periods of time. Okay, it was really fantastic to watch, and very, very proud of you, right? Okay, so obviously it helps when we're swinging well. So what we'd added now was, with the right leg being stronger and the club setting closer to plane, then we're not having to continuously drop it. Okay, it's a tiny drop, and then we're opening up the left hip and squaring and kicking the club out and playing to the back of the golf ball. Okay, simplistically, a little bit of synchronization, a little bit of playing. Okay, but clear the hip, get that thing to 65 degrees open by the time with the golf ball. Club will square up, and you can see the results are absolutely fantastic. All right, wedge technique with staying on top of the ball, but then moving the ball position slightly forward and bottoming out just on the way down. Okay, obviously work to treat. It's some beautiful wedge shots. Maybe a couple towards the end of the round, just started to get a little floaty again. So just keep an eye on that and keep working on that. All right, and then the putting. Okay, so it was much better and is getting much better, but it's still not 100%. Okay, I think now that we are addressing the putter correctly in the middle and lining the face up, we don't always trust that angle, so sometimes we still want to push it a little bit. Okay, we must allow that putter to strike the middle and continue on its arc. Okay, don't be scared of hitting it left. If you hit it left, you're aiming too far left, so then we just pick up that alignment, aim at a touch right. Okay, and we let that arc continue. Okay, just a couple there we saw in that video where either you're aiming too left or now you don't trust it. Okay, and then you just root it a little bit open on the downswing and catch it a bit out the toe. Alright, so obviously we don't want to do that. So maybe a bit of tee and start line drill, something like that. Okay, but we'll stay on top of it. Obviously overall it's much better. And your short putting was better, so you did hold out better. So I was very happy with that. Okay, mate, keep it up, great stuff. Continue doing exactly the same stuff and it'll just get better and better. I guess the only other little thing, maybe not so much, but don't do it at other courses. Just now that you're swinging this much better, you know, you're getting to an opportunity where you can simplify a little bit. You don't have to overshape and overplay too much. You can now go, oh, I'm just taking dead aim. I'm just going to go throw a dart at that flag. As much as up to 8 iron and 7 iron, I think you're swinging that good. So practice a few straight 9, 8, 7 irons and see if you like them. And then start to think at Pekinwood or Kyalami or whatever, just start to think a little bit straighter ball flight with some of your iron shots. Okay, obviously wedges, nice and simple, dead aim, straight at it. Okay, very happy, mate. Keep it up, keep moving forward, and sure, I'm very impressed with what I see.